Hi everybody, it's Stephen Brooke and welcome to my YouTube channel on architectural photography and composition. I want to talk about lighting today. So many of you have written me and said, well, I really want to talk about lighting. Here's something I want you to consider doing when you do your interior photography, and that is to turn all the incandescent lights on. Now there are some people who don't do this, and I want to show you why I think that's not a good idea and why I think it's a good idea to turn on incandescent lights when you do your interior photography. Now, here's a quick review of color temperature. You know that for incandescent lighting and halogen lights, the color temperature is somewhere around 3,000, 3,200 degrees Kelvin. And as you go for daylight, it's about 5,500 degrees Kelvin. And as you get to overcast, we're up in the higher numbers. And I do a pretty thorough discussion on color temperatures for both inside and outside, what to consider, how to set your color temperature when you shoot, and you can get that in my book at stephenbrookephotography.com. Also, if you'd like to contribute, help the site, and get something for it, consider purchasing the book. It's 360 pages, and every page has something on there that I know is going to help you in your work. Now, if you look at Dutch interiors, these tend to be warm, whether or not it's direct sun coming in or indirect sun. And I've seen these paintings that have been restored, so the varnish is taken off and all, and you actually see the true colors, and they are all really warm tone for the reason that I'm going to suggest is that human beings like warmer tones rather than cooler tones. Now, direct sunlight has yellow and red frequencies, so the interiors lit by direct sun, like this Brightline station, they are inherently warm. However, if you photograph interiors without direct sun, it's very much like shooting overcast conditions where you don't have reds and yellows, and you have a predominance of blue and cyan and blue-gray tonalities. Not very pleasant. Cinematographers in particular use this color palette to make you uneasy, to give a kind of dystopian quality to the images. Here in Blade Runner, it's blue-green. Handmaid's Tale, also this real blue-green tonality. And in The Matrix, the only time in The Matrix things get warmer is when you actually go up in the ship. And if you've seen the movie, go back and look at it again, and look at it specifically for what they do with the color temperature. They manipulate that color temperature to manipulate your emotions. So, all things being equal, I suggest that you make your images warmer rather than cooler. And here's at the Lightner Museum, here is the same image, warm tonality, and I tortured this one to make it a more cyan and green tonality. And believe me, for your clients and for people looking at your images, unless you specifically want to create this feeling, I suggest making your images warmer, not cooler. Now, how do you do that? Simple. For daylight interior photography, turn on all the incandescent lights, overhead lights, lamps, wall washers, picture lights. By the way, no candles during the day, not considered good. Now, you can purchase these inline dimmers to fine-tune your lamp illumination and carry a half a dozen. If you've got a really bright lamp and you don't have a bulb to substitute, plug in one of these inline dimmers, plug your lamp into that, and dial it down. What that means is you're going to have less post-production hassles with extremes of intensity. So, without direct sun, this interior has this really blue-green cast. Now, you can increase the color temperature in camera to make this warmer, but it's not the same as turning on the wall washers and the incandescent lights, because you get increased contrast, highlights, points of interest. So here is an interior, the same interior, indirect light, no interior lights on. Here's just warming it up in camera, let's say by increasing your color temperature, say to 6,500. But this is with the incandescent lights on. So here is without any Here's warming it up in camera, and then here is actually turning on the incandescent lights during the day. Here's another example, daylight, no incandescent lights. I want you to look in the kitchen, look on the chair, look here, and then look in this hallway and see what happens when you turn the lights on. Now you've actually got an indication there's something else going on here. The kitchen is warmer. And then let's look at this closely. Take a look at the glassware and the edge of this granite top and see what happens when you turn your incandescent lights on. So, set your color temperature depending on the balance between daylight coming in and the incandescent lights. If it's all incandescent, you'll probably start somewhere around 3200. If it's all daylight, probably 5500. I will tell you, for my own work, for interior photography, all daylight coming in, 5500 to me is still a little cool. I might set my color temperature up around 6000. Take a photograph, take one mid exposure, and then have a look at it and see what that's like. Again, I like to try to get it as close as possible in camera, even though, yes, I know we can fix them in camera raw, but to be able to evaluate your scene, evaluate the color temp, evaluate the contrast, it's better to get it as close as you can to the proper color when you're actually shooting. So this is daylight with incandescent lighting. A lot of daylight behind me that you don't see. My color temperature here is 4850, which is cooler than all incandescent, but warmer than all daylight. And look what happens. The artwork gets lit. You have a shadow line here. The wood floors glow. This is really important. This is a design feature. You're being hired to shoot this, of this recessed light. Now, if it's light is not on, all you have is just a dark hole up there. And also the wall washers lighting this artwork over here on the right. And note that the daylight looks beautiful back in here. Now, take a look. This is the fixture with the light turned off, pretty dull, pretty flat. This is incandescent lights on here, warming up the interior. The daylight is natural coloration, 4900 degrees Kelvin. That's a nice balance for the daylight coming in and the warm tones from the incandescent light. But again, this is really important because somebody spec'd this light, and this is what it looks like when it's on. This is what it looks like when it's off. That's not what you want. Color temperature, a lot of daylight here coming from behind me. The incandescent lights light up the painting. I have my lights on over here to give light in the corner. Light over here. Color temperature about a 40-50. Now again, we talked about once you get everything just right, you may still have, I actually have it in this image, it's a little bit cyan over here. You can correct this in hue and saturation, and I have a video just on what to do to color correct little areas that once you get everything right are still not quite right. So here the incandescents are dominant. So my color temperature is 3900. It lights up the shells. Here, the daylight is dominant. What you can't see behind me is this huge wall, and the daylight is just pouring in. And the incandescent lights just light up a little bit here. So the color temperature here is almost a daylight balance. So remember, to give warmth and appeal to your interior photographs, turn the lights on. And remember, no candles, only candles at night. So again, have a look at StephenBrookePhotography.com. Take a look at my book. I think it's going to really help you. Thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you again soon.